Hey guys, welcome back to the Tap Into Your Genius series with Alberto Raggio, talking about creating your own reality. And Alberto is a serial entrepreneur. He's also the author of Draw Your Circle. And he's also going to be appearing at one of the biggest women's conferences, Own Your Voice Summit, October 19th. Could you tell us a little bit about the summit?
Absolutely. It's an amazing event of the most influential and powerful women in Texas. Actually, there's several speakers that are coming to the event. If you are a woman entrepreneur, if you ever believe that you have greatness within you and you want to be inspired by women, this is the event in Houston to be. October 19th, is that right? It's the time?
Yeah, October 19th.
And you can go to actually link in and at the website. We'll post underneath so people have a link.
I'll put the links on there so you guys can find out about the Women's Summit there. And you're going to be a speaker, is that right?
Yes, I'm going to be a guest speaker. I don't know why they want me there, but I already told them, I didn't go to school, but I guess they just wanted a different voice. My job there is to simply, not to sell anything, but just to convey a message of creating awareness. When we become aware of who we are, of how things work, our mind opens, and when it opens, we're able to absorb new education, new knowledge, new habits, and that's what you offer.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's part of what Tapping Your Genius is about, is creating a whole new way of thinking, opening up your mind to all the infinite possibilities that are there, and it shows you step by step how to do it. And can you relate to us, Alberto, once again, that story you told me that when you go and teach kids about draw your circle and the concept of that and how it begins to open up their mind to, if I may say, that everything around us, everything of value that we see around us that's been created, it started from someone's mind.
Absolutely. So what I teach in my little simple book is just simplicity. I ask these kids to take a pen or pencil and draw something, whatever. And these kids will draw something, and I'll ask them, where was that drawing before you drew it? And most of them will say, in my mind. Very young, they have no limitations in their mind. Adults have 10 different things like the factory and stuff like that, but people think it's a trick question, and it kind of is. But these kids instantly will tell you, in my mind. When you ask them, before it was in your mind, where was it? That's when they go blank. And the answer is that it was here, there, everywhere, nowhere. When the mind has the need, it creates a chemical reaction in your brain that becomes a thought. And that thought is the need. Like when you're tired of eating with your hands. And so your mind triggers, and this picture comes in your mind of a stick. Now you're using the stick, you're not getting your hands dirty, but it's still not really doing the job. That obsession to improve and make it better like originally wanted is what gives you the idea to start adding forks to it. And now you're able to scoop it. But something very important that happens is when you obsess about this, that little bit of energy gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and energy attracts energy.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about someone and your phone goes off all of a sudden?
And it's them?
Question that when it happens to you. But that same energy attracts people, places, and things. That's when all of a sudden somebody shows up and says, hey, that wooden fort, or whatever you want to call it, it's going to put splinters in your mouth, it's going to rotten. I work with metal. Let me make you one out of metal. And then somebody else comes and says, hey, I know how to polish metal. And then you have a fork. So the essence and the importance of the story is, when you look around of all the material things that you see around you, you need to ask, where did that pencil come from? Where did that fork come from? It was a thought in somebody's brain. They took faith, action, and it materialized. So whatever it is that you put in your mind and obsess, good or bad, will materialize. Look around at every object that is non-God made and ask yourself, where did this come from? It was a thought in someone's brain, followed by faith. They took action and materialized. And if you find a different way, please let me know.
Now, what do you say is the kids' reaction? And you said that nobody
after a while, they're just like pointing at everything. It's like, oh, where did they come from? Oh, this. It's amazing to see what these kids do, because
you're saying that an adult can't even change their mind after you teach them this concept.
Yeah, it's when you go to the simple process of my book, it's a 30-day course. It's a repetition course. It rewires your brain to think differently. And when you become aware, change comes. And that's what happens with these kids. When they see this, now they start understanding they can achieve anything that they can see in their mind. They know where they can materialize these things. So that opens up their minds to the possibility. That's when you teach these kids.
Right.
This is when their grades go up. This is when they know they can achieve anything they want. You know, unfortunately in schools nowadays, they kind of take that away from us. When you have a little kid, you say, Johnny, pay attention, stop dreaming, stop fantasizing, whatever. Remember this, have a great memory, and if you're able to recollect what you study, I'll give you a piece of paper that says you're intelligent. But we all know that the real world's not like that.
Well, I don't want to keep you too much longer because I know you need to get downtown. But you were saying something interesting also about the book that you're working on a world record with this?
Yes.
What is that world record you're going for?
725 languages is what we're going for.
Wow. And I can't, the translation question will take too long to answer. But he's working like with students around the world. And
UTD is an amazing university here in Dallas, and working with a very beautiful, beautiful group of students. And it's just giving me access to university professors of language that I'm hoping they're going to help me. See, hoping. I just threw that in there.
Wait. Okay. All right.
See,
good.
sometimes they say you have to be a hypocrite, you know, and sometimes I am. And the way you cover that is a coach will tell you to run 100 yards and do this and that, even though they've never played football, but they have the experience. Remember that. So it's okay to be a hypocrite sometimes. So at the end of the day, getting the collaboration from students and universities around the world to help the translation of this book is what we're going for.
Right. And he was referring to what we were talking about, I think, in part one. And that is, don't be telling me, I hope, I'm going to. I will create.
And do it. Faith is the key to everything. Faith is what makes things happen. Decide you're going to do it, and let nothing, no one, anything change your mind.
What do you think about the phrase also, bias for action?
Well,
you have faith, but then you act. You're always in active mode.
You always have to be in active mode, but you also be able to watch it closely, make changes. See, because when you become aware of something, all of a sudden you go, oh, I didn't ever thought about doing it that way.
Right, right.
So you always have these motions that you're changing in order to change your approach, but you're always aware.
Yeah.
Always aware.
So, Alberto, if people want to reach out to you in any way, how can they find out about you?
DrawYourCircle.com. Actually, the website's not even launched yet. But at the end of the day, you can follow me on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and another 150 other social media accounts.
All right, cool. Well, thank you
very much.
so much for being here today. And, guys, also, if you want to become part of the Tap Into Your Genius membership site and course, we'll be starting September 4th, Tuesday. That's when we have the grand opening, but the deadline to become a founding member is September the 1st. So there'll be a ton of benefits that I won't ever offer again, and be able to hear from experts from all over the world, like Angel Rebo, who's watching right now. But Angel, we're wrapping up.
Yes, an amazing cat.
I told the Spaniard he needs to meet. The Costa Rican. Okay.
If you want to be smart and intelligent, surround yourself around people that think like you. That's very important.
Higher, yeah.
You need this. Yeah. If you ever thought you had greatness within you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alberto. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll talk to you guys later, okay?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.